2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go.
Welcome to the Sportz Phenz Show. The show where, just like you, we can't get enough sports.
The 47-year wait is over! And the Nuggets win it! Wilson throwing up for grabs and is caught for the touchdown! And the Denver Broncos have taken Super Bowl 50. And the Avalanche are 2022 Stanley Cup champions! And a shot into the back of the net for Diego Rubio!
Now here's your hosts, Arthur Knight, Larry Perkins, and Austin Sorensen.
1-0 Rapids. They are champions.
Yo, what's going on? Sportz Phenz. Welcome to the Sportz Phenz Show. I am Arthur Knight, and with me was Mark Perez. He will be right back here in a moment.
What?
We are coming to you live from 4300 West Alameda, Denver, Colorado, 80219. From SoHi Cafe. Call Vinny, get some Viper Pit Barbecue. Call him at 303-807-0151. Get you some barbecue, man. He said he's got some ribs on tap today, some burn-ins. He's always got that home-style mac and cheese, and I think he threw down some beans, too. You guys are going to have to come down here and get some before I eat it all. That's real talk. I'm just going to, just be straight up with you because I'm here already. So... of course, I'm going to get first dibs unless you call right now, 303-807-0151. Tell Vinny the Sportz Phenz sent you. We are also being brought to you by iEnvy Vision. iEnvy Vision is devoted to offering affordable and fashionable eyewear. Because iEnvy is your eye care advocates, their goal is to provide all with education and awareness needed to make an informed decision about your vision and health. They are located off of Alameda and Buckley in Aurora, Colorado. But you can call today, 720-762-4290. That's 720-762-4290. Or book online at ienvyvision.com. You will get an appointment with a veteran and knowledgeable doctor, a doctor like my personal eye specialist, Dr. Bryant O.D., or you can get an appointment with another veteran in optometry, Dr. Jarrett O.D., who has been serving the Denver metro area for over 30 years, or there is co-owner, doctor, and Colorado native, Bellside. Shout out to Dr. Gloucester O.D. So no matter who you book with, your eyes are in good hands. They take most insurances, so call or book today at 720-762-4290 or ienvyvision.com. That's 720-762-4290 or ienvyvision.com. iEnvyVision, we see you. All right, so DaRon Holmes goes off the other night against Milwaukee. Plays well last night against, Minnesota. I wish I had enough time in the day to cut these clips, but it's coming. I'm gonna start, digging in here. My schedule's starting to lighten up a little bit, so I'm gonna start cutting some clips so y'all can see what we're talking about here. But DaRon Holmes goes off, man. Strokes looking good from 3. Looks like he can handle the ball. He can definitely handle the rock going to the cup. Doesn't seem to have an issue driving the rock at all. When he played against Milwaukee the other night, this man had 15-4, 1-1. That's 15 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block in 24 minutes. 24 minutes. That's exactly. I mean, if Valanciunas decides to not come play, or if this is going to be like a holdout situation with the Denver Nuggets, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but if Valanciunas, let's say he doesn't show up, this kid, this man was drafted to play backup center. So I think the Nuggets are still within, still pretty good, sitting pretty good with their depth right now. My question is most as most people want to know, is what have the Nuggets done enough this summer to bolster their depth? And is that why Jokic is really, not signing his extension now? Like, that does lead because it did. The owner kind of did come out and say it was better for him to sign now. So he must be doing it because he definitely wants the dough later on, because he knows he can get more come next year, or as his contract comes to a close. And that's just smart on Jokic's part. Definitely wants them to prove that they're trying to, give him help and bolster, and not just be like, okay, it's going to be the Jokic show with a bunch of young guys trying to feel out the NBA. Like, nah. Jokic ain't playing that. And I feel like the organization has stepped up. What say you? I mean, tell me in the chat. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. Follow us on YouTube, like and subscribe. Tell me in the chat right now, in the live chat, do you think the Denver Nuggets organization has proven that they are at least trying to bolster the depth of this team and give Jokic help? I mean, I do. Valanciunas is kind of like that's kind of not their fault. They didn't know that Valanciunas was going to act like a little BI when they traded for him. And I mean that with all disrespect too, because I think it's his prerogative, but I think it's stupid what he's doing. Like, he's going to turn down $20 million for, he can't even turn down. You're under contract, my guy. That's not the way it works in the NBA. I know that's the way it works in Euro leagues, where you can shop yourself whenever, wherever you want, and you could dip out after you sign a contract. I don't even know why they do contracts over there, because that makes zero sense, because a contract means you are binded to that contract. So, or at least that's what it means here. I do believe that Valanciunas is going to play here. I don't think the Denver Nuggets are going to bow down. But if he doesn't, I feel like they have done enough to bolster this Denver Nuggets bench. Not just that, they traded almost an equal amount, if not an exact equal amount, of offensive firepower in getting Cameron Johnson, right? But they also have Tim Hardaway Jr., who can play the 2, 3, and depending on who you're playing against, can also play the 4. Don't want him playing there very much, but he can't. I've seen him guard a couple of 4s in his day. He's a little long in the tooth, I'm not going to lie. I've wanted Tim Hardaway for quite a long time, but he's in like year 10 through 12, somewhere in that range. And I'm not trying to pull it off the top of my head. But the fact of the matter is that he has been around for quite a while. But he might play that Ish Smith type role from when the Nuggets play, if he plays at all, especially with the Nuggets signing Bruce Brown. I'm eager to see how, because those two players are basically interchangeable, right? I mean, Tim Hardaway is probably a little bit more stout on the defensive end, I would say. But Bruce Brown is no slouch in the defensive department. He can guard the best of them. He did. He's a pest, man. He's like we were coming into the studio, and Mark and I were walking through the door, and there was like a wasp, and it was kind of just like buzzing around on our faces, and Mark was like, that bee needs to be somewhere else, or something to that effect. And the reason why I say that is because that's kind of how Bruce Brown is. He just, he's all up in your face and annoying as hell defensively. And he gets it, and I love him for that because that's how I view you should be playing defense when you're playing, especially in the professional realm of basketball. But not only that, I think the signings that the Denver Nuggets have made and getting DaRon Holmes back kind of pushes, about 3 or 4 players. And I think I touched on this a little bit last week. But I just want to touch on it again because I've been hearing a lot of this stuff like the Nuggets haven't done enough. They still need to trade for this player. They still need to trade for that player. They still need to do this. They still need to do that. But I think they've done enough. They're going to push Strother, Watson, Pickett, and Najee are all going to be pushed this year come training camp. Most, if not all, Najee does. I don't think he has to play in summer league. I don't think Strother's playing either, and P. Watt's definitely not playing. So, but those players, man, those are the guys that are going to be pushed to their limit come training camp to play their absolute best and prove that they deserve to be on an NBA court. And they are going to have to prove it. But like I said, you tell me, man. You tell me. Have the Nuggets done enough? I think they have. With what I just mentioned, that is enough. That is enough. Now, how many W's does that add? Let's get down to like the brass tacks. How many W's does that add? Well, I think Cameron Johnson adding better defense, better defensive prowess. He can guard on ball, and he's good in a defensive scheme. He's not going to be a liability. So the Nuggets aren't going to have to play as much zone. They will be able to play man-to-man and switch at least 2 through 4. Jokic can guard a few 4s, but if he gets that switch on a 4, man, it's gonna be a tough day for him. And the same thing with Murray. The thing is Murray is undersized when you switch, and then Jokic is oversized when he switches. So, but you could switch that 2, 3, 4 with Brown, Johnson, and AG, right? You could switch all 3 of those players in and out. They're interchangeable when guarding the 2 through the 3, right? AG is getting a little long in the tooth, so he might be hard pressed when covering that 2 guard, but he's still capable. He's more than capable. He's done it, right? Welcome back, Mark.
Welcome. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm sorry that I had to hop right off as soon as the intro started.
Hey.
That was pretty lame.
Yeah, well, we're not very professional.
No,
on
it's
this
okay.
show.
Yeah, today's kind of a weird day. Everything kind of happened in like 10 minutes. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot to pitch in the opening. I forgot to pitch that Vinny is doing, so I might as well do it now at the quarter mark here. But at Sohai Cafe here at 4300 West Alameda, you can get some Viper Pit barbecue. But here soon,
Expanded menu.
here soon, I have the menu hot off the presses right here. I can barely hold it. It's so hot. It's hot off the presses
That's
right
right.
now. There's going to be a whole new menu, and you can see how extensive. I'm not going to hold it up too high, but you can kind of see how extensive this menu is going to be.
Yeah, it takes up the whole page now. Like
It really
before,
does.
It was like a lot of space around
could-
a little.
It was
bit of
like
stuff.
this thing.
Yeah.
And, growth, right?
Yep.
Got to have growth. But stop on by here soon. Vinny is going to have some booming business, get you some barbecue. There's going to be, there's going to be like burritos. There's going to be, tamales, all kinds of stuff. I'm just reading a couple of things. I wasn't supposed to do that. Vinny, don't get mad.
Dad,
Don't get mad,
Dad's
Vinny.
been asking. He was like, "Are they ready today?" Like he wanted me to bring some stuff home today. So we are
I ain't
all
mad at him.
eagerly awaiting
Yes.
the new menu at Sohai Cafe.
Yes, and he will be open, looks like every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. soon. So new hours,
Yeah.
new look on the outside, new menu, but same old flavor, okay? So y'all come on by 4300 West Alameda Sohai Cafe. You can still call them where he is now. He's still doing the barbecue menu, so holla at your boy. Tell him the Sportz Phenz sent you. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. I don't know if you heard.
I couldn't. I was I was trying to listen to, but
doing his
couldn't.
thug dizzle.
I had to do my thing.
Okay, so we're talking. I've been seeing a lot of, and I know with a grain of salt, right? Because most of these people that are griping right now and saying that the Denver Nuggets haven't done enough to put around Jokic are either A, from the era of super teams, or B, moronic in the sense that they don't understand how the apron system works with the new CBA. Okay?
I guess I can't. I don't understand how it works, but you know.
Well, I mean, to break it down to very simple terms,
Yes.
man. If you're not in the first apron, you can do whatever you want. Like, you really can. You can make trades. You know, you can do whatever you want as long as it matches income and whatever.
Okay.
You get into the first apron, there's certain restrictions on that. You have to exactly match or give equal value. And there's certain protections on certain players.
Okay.
You get into your second apron and you're hamstringed. And I'm just breaking it down to like the most simple terms. Like,
Okay.
Larry and I actually went through it,
Gotcha. Okay.
last year. But
So the more money you spend, the more you get hamstringed as far as like the trades you can make and the,
well, it's the signing the max deals. So once
it.
you sign like 2 or 3 max deals and you step into that second apron, now you can't trade those players. You're locked in with those players, and you have less money to work with every year. Period. And it's not like if you're starting to lose, like your talent pool is starting to degrade because you've traded away everything.
Right.
You know, similar to what's happened to the Nuggets, what's happened to Minnesota, what has happened to Golden State, and the list goes on and on and on. Boston, all of these teams went all in right before the new CBA kicked in and signed all of these contracts. But now the Denver Nuggets have even signed extensions within the new CBA. So that's why MPJ had to kind of go, right? His contract. Look what his contract opened up.
ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Look what the one player, and you didn't lose. I was just saying in the opening, man, that the Denver Nuggets got. So, I'm sorry, I'm going all over the place here.
No, it's fine. Yeah,
but
it's a weird show.
the original point is there was a lot of people like Denver Nuggets fans, or supposed Denver Nuggets fans that are saying the Denver Nuggets have not done enough.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to like where have they not done enough? Okay. And back to my point of Cam Johnson, he's not a drop off offensively, and he's a step up defensively. So that's a win.
Yep. Yeah. No. Exactly.
And he's less expensive.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
way less expensive.
The only negative out of that deal is we lost the
pick.
2032 pick.
Yep. And now the Denver Nuggets aren't going to be making any picks for like the next 6 years. But
That sounds ridiculous.
I mean, I think it's true though.
Well, they're gonna wheel and deal, I'm sure, and get some stuff. Maybe.
If they're hitching their horse to the Jokic train, you know,
they're not really trying to develop players long term for this Jokic run here. Is that what you're saying?
It doesn't. Well, it seems like they feel like they have the young core in Strother, Watson, Pickett, and then now you add Brucey B, DaRon Holmes, and Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yep.
I think the only
Don't forget
one.
my boy Spence.
Well, he seems like he's out, he's playing his way in.
The only reason I'm so high on him is that when he came in the regular season last year at the end of the year, anytime he came in, you heard his name multiple times, and that's like I said, it's the only reason I know his name. And I know his name.
But bruh, like, where is he gonna play? He might be on that 2-way.
Well, this is what we're talking about. We were talking about depth in the bench, dude. You know
which is a good thing. This is a good problem to have.
Right, exactly. So I mean, yeah, I don't see what the problem is. Like, we wanted Oklahoma City type depth.
Facts.
Right? So
facts.
So here we go.
So that's my point.
Let's go.
Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here?
As far as the people that think we didn't do anything.
Like, they're not doing enough. They need to trade away this person, that. Trade Najee. Like, who wants Najee?
When the first two things went down, I was like, that's not enough. I was like, the Cam trade, and then what was the next thing that happened?
Then Tim Hardaway Jr. was signed.
No. They got.
Oh no, Valanciunas.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
and they might have signed Brucey B before that.
No, it was the Brucey B. So it was
right.
Brucey B and the Cam, and I was like, okay. I was like, Cam Johnson is like a wash, sort of, but with better defense. Okay, sure, we got that.
Right.
But Brucey B, I was like, I think that's just like a fan pleaser more than anything. Just I don't think that. I don't know. I hope Brucey B isn't all burnt up when he comes back. That's all.
Agree.
That's
he's
all.
Been he's been
I just don't want him
around.
to be crispy. I want him to be a nice, ride
just
him
a little
cowboy.
golden. Just a little golden.
I want him ride him cowboy.
Right.
Brucey B, let's get a championship. You know what I mean? But and then when they made the last two, I was like, okay, this is good. You know what I mean? Because then we get a legit center, and then Tim Hardaway Jr. Dude, I mean, you know, as far as
he could play the 2, he could play the 3.
Well, his shooting. What does his shooting look like? Do you? I mean,
yeah,
do you know like for facts or? I've never.
Last season he had 11 points a game, 2 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 2.4 rebound. Hold on, let me get his full stat.
Okay.
Because he's more of that. Like I said, he's probably going to play that Ish Smith role.
Because Cam Jones and him kind of take care.
Cam Johnson.
Cam Johnson, sorry.
That's okay.
Cam Johnson and Tim Hardaway kind of make an MPJ. You know what I mean? As far as like with shooting,
but with defense, way better defense.
Right. Exactly.
There's no liability, no major liability on defense.
Right.
The Nuggets now, that's what I was saying when you came on. The Nuggets now can play the switch that they like to play. They don't have to play that zone defense that they had to play when MPJ was on the court.
Right.
Because he couldn't. I was just talking to my boy who works for NBC, shameless plug, Dion Hampton. I'm just going to throw my boy out there. Hopefully I can get him on here soon. But he was making a point on a post somewhere on Facebook, you know, about how MPJ was like looked lost a lot. Like I'm paraphrasing, but he looked lost basically, and we were just having a bit of back and forth about it. And I know he's knowledgeable because he's covered sports. You know what I'm saying? He's an investigation journalist, but he has covered sports, and he's got an opinion. So I'm gonna try to get him on. Definitely try to get him on here within the next few weeks.
On defense for sure, and even on the offense, because he would be cutting when he shouldn't be, or waiting for that catch and
or
shoot
allowing
three.
his man to cut because he wasn't paying attention.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Or he just get taken straight to the hole.
I
off the
definitely
dribble.
agree with that sentiment.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Man, I really wanted more for MPJ. Like you said last week, you kept talking about how, you know, you're not an MPJ hater. But, but at the same time, it's like we just can't have a guy that disappears in the playoffs like that.
Disappears, period.
And this year, well, period, yeah, exactly. But I mean, this year he had the shoulder excuse, but I mean, year
it was
before,
the shoulder, the heel, the back,
right?
I'm not like you just said. I'm not hating on the brother. I'm really not. I get it. He has ailments. That there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just the window right now. Everybody has injuries. You don't think Jokic is hurting? Jokic is wrapped up like a freaking mummy.
I don't think that. Like I said, I don't think if it wasn't the playoffs, MPJ wouldn't have been playing. Jokic might have not been playing. Jamal Murray might have not been playing. AG might have been playing. You know what I mean? Like if it was just a regular season, like.
But everybody else showed up.
Was on the line.
Everybody else showed up.
Yeah.
Everybody has to even give Murray his props. He didn't play like quote unquote what we've been used to playoff Murray.
Yeah.
But he brought game. He at least averaged 20-plus points. He looked like he was interested in winning. Hopefully he comes in.
They taped him together real good those last couple games. He came out with that big old thing.
But there was only one. There was only one common denominator in that whole situation that broke down. And every time, go back and watch every game. I implore everybody to go back and watch every game that they had to implement that that kind of shell, like I call it the Philly shell, because they were like this on the defense, right? And it was just like they had to go into that zone defense because MPJ just did not know his assignments. No matter what, He didn't know whether he should play deep off of the player because they weren't a good 3-point shooter, or if he should play him close. He just did not. It seemed like he was disinterested in playing defense.
Do you think
whatsoever.
that's a lack of knowledge on his part, as far as like not knowing what his opponent's capable of, or do you think, I don't know, do you think he just doesn't pay attention when they're talking to him about stuff like that? Because I'm sure they cover things like that.
I think that
right?
MPJ being the third option, and then when AG kind of showed up, he became the fourth option.
Right. No.
I think that got to him. And it spoke loudly on the court. I was just telling Vinny, like, cooking is a labor of love, right? Mm-hmm. You can tell if somebody really cares about you and cares about their cooking.
Yeah.
You can literally taste it in the food. Like when his mom cooks for us, I taste all the love in it.
For sure.
For real. Like you can taste the love in it. It tastes like love. It's the same thing with basketball. It's the same thing with sports. Sports in general is a labor of love.
Playing with purpose.
Well, it's a labor of love. You either put in what you want out of it or you don't. And you don't get anything out of it. And I think that a lot of the reasons why this man continued to have injury problems is because he refused to accept the responsibility of keeping his body in a good condition. Maybe he's not eating properly. Maybe his workout regimen isn't good. I don't know. I'm not with him 24/7. I'm not his personal trainer. I'm not taking a knock. I'm just saying the brother has a lot of issues, and he doesn't seem to be addressing them in any way, shape, or form. And I don't want to discount the fact that his family issues are probably messing with him mentally, right? So I don't want to, discount that. But the thing is you're a professional basketball player. I have things that happen in my personal life, but I don't get paid, hundreds of millions of dollars to play basketball. And I still have to show up to work and leave my personal crap at the door and do my job. And unfortunately, MPJ wasn't able to do that for the most inopportune times when they really, really, really needed him to hit a shot, when they really, really needed him to stick his man, when they really, really needed him to, run the floor, get rebounds. He disappeared on him.
Yeah.
And now he gets to go to a place where he could be the man.
Well, I like that meme. That's all. Now MPJ gets to go to a place where he could jack up as many shots as he wants.
You get to be the man now. Now you're the number one option.
Number one option.
Let's see what you do. I wish you well, MPJ.
No, for sure. And maybe,
thank you for the the time you spent here.
And maybe that's what he needs. He needs to be the guy. I just don't know how capable he is. Like I said, another problem he had is that he didn't believe that he's 6'10" or whatever he is.
Yeah, man.
He doesn't take people to the hole like he should because he's way taller or way oversized, way bigger than them.
I don't know how many times you've probably heard me.
No, yeah.
Or I've damn near thrown my remote control through the TV. Like, you're 6'10", man.
Right.
Like, come on, man. But to your question, you were asking about Tim Hardaway Jr. So.
Yeah.
Last season, like I said, 11 points, 2.4 rebounds, 1.6 assists on 40.6 shooting and 36.8 from 3-point. Okay.
All right.
So let's see.
So we're looking at shooting off the bench then from this guy.
Yes.
Okay.
And defense.
That's
it. Don't lose the lead. Make some shots. That's it.
All right.
And if they could play with Valanciunas. Well, here's what me as a fan, if and I'm probably not the only fan that thinks this, but my goal as a fan is to see that Jokic and Murray, AG, and even the two other starters, Cam Johnson and Christian Brown, get at least 20 to 25 minutes of rest a game. Period. Win or lose.
Yeah.
Win or lose.
Yeah, I think that's a good metric to go by. How much the stars don't have to be out there. Yeah.
Win or lose, especially going in the beginning of the season, you've got to see this bench play, especially if Valanciunas does play. And if he's playing spirited basketball, if he's playing like a top 10 lottery pick that he is, instead of a petulant child that he's acting, then the Denver Nuggets are in very good shape because DaRon Holmes is interchangeable in that 4-5 spot.
Right.
So if you're playing against the Golden State Warriors, you can play DaRon Holmes and Valanciunas has the night off, right?
Sure.
Or if you're playing against, let's say, the Clippers, and the Clippers are deciding to play their center, Zubats, right? Because that's how they tried to beat the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs, is they were playing him with the bench players, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So let's say they try to pull that BS again this coming year.
Right.
Now you've got Valanciunas playing, so they wouldn't be able to do that.
No. Right.
Right?
Exactly.
They would have to play a backup center. Otherwise, Zubats is going to get worn the F out. Right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. Exactly.
So,
yeah, like I said, I'm scared because I don't know what's going to happen with that whole situation. But do you think he'll want to play here? Do you think he'll willingly and like be all in on the team and all that? Like, I don't want to force him to play if he's going to be a pud. You know what I mean? Like,
I think
his name's Valanciunas. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Valanciunas.
Okay.
I just be calling him Val.
Val.
But he is a top.
Big Val.
He was like a top 15. Actually, I'm certain he was a lottery pick. I'm almost certain that he was at least top 10.
No, I think he was a high draft pick.
Yeah. But either way, he's had an illustrious career. He really has. He's man, that was the most exciting. I was happy when they got Cam Johnson, as you said. I was like happy. I was like, I wasn't meh. I was happy that they traded MPJ and offloaded that contract. I've been saying that for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And they've been trying, they've been giving him opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And in a Game 7 last year, he floundered, he folded like origami. And I think the Denver Nuggets as an organization had to come to the realization that he was not living up to his contract.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, yeah, I totally get that. But I wasn't meh. I was happy because Cam Johnson plays D.
Yeah.
He plays D and he gives you 18-8, right? Playing with Jokic, I expect this guy to get 21, 23.
It might expand his game a little bit.
He's a cutter.
He's going to get more looks.
Yep.
Yeah, especially if he's more active than MPJ.
He's already he's a cutter. If you ever watched the Nets play, which we have, we've seen this guy play. Yes, we've seen this guy play.
I remember.
You lied. You lied. That's cap.
But Jonas was he was drafted 5th overall by the Toronto Raptors in 2011. So
lottery pick. And he did good things for them. He's been around the league since then. He has. Probably word of mouth is that he's just not interested in playing in the NBA because that's very clear.
Well, I heard it was a family issue. He had a family issue, and that's why he wanted to be on the other side of the world.
Because Greece is closer to where he... Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's really the underlying issue, and that's... Maybe he gets all that solved, and he's able to do another season in the NBA. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how much more... what's his contract for? How many years is it for...
I think he's got 2 years left on his contract.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got this year, and then the Nuggets have a option.
So it's like, do you want to go get a chip, or do you want to go play in Greece?
Well, I feel, and I think I said this last week on the show, I feel as though he wants the Denver Nuggets to guarantee that second year. Or buy him out. Because those are really the only two options, or he buys himself out because they're not going to do a buyout.
No.
They're not going to reduce. Like, they gave up too much to get him.
Right.
I mean, well, not too much, but...
And so if he doesn't come, then we get a mid-level exception back, like a large mid-level exception back?
I believe so.
And that's part of the apron thing, right, that you're talking about?
Correct.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Correct. So there are some good things that the apron do for you if players. This is all I call these the LeBron rules. This is the way that the ownership in the NBA has heard most fans talking about how the product has gone down because the players have gotten too, a little too greedy. They've had a little too much voice, and I'm all about the players having a voice. Don't misconstrue or twist my words.
Yeah,
I want them to have a voice, but being able to do what even LeBron James has done quite a few times, like holding teams hostage as a fan, just looks. The optics is terrible.
It sucks, and I think naturally that's going away.
Right.
Just because look at who was in the finals. It was 2 deep benches playing team ball.
Yep.
No trio of stars in either one of them. It was like, you know what I mean? Like,
and some old heads, even people that grew up as we did, are against it. But I'm all for that because that creates peril. That gives my team an opportunity.
Why would you be against it? I thought that trio style, when it worked out, it was fine.
Right.
Generally, it didn't though. How many times did people meet up somewhere? You know what I mean? There was Brooklyn, KD.
Yep.
And
it worked once.
Well, good.
It worked once.
Yeah.
It worked one time.
Yep.
And that was when LeBron went to Miami for a couple of years, but they also lost some championships in that span. But it only worked one. Well, okay, twice. Boston but Boston. See the difference between what LeBron did, and most people try to correlate it to, well, Boston had this super team. They had the 3. The difference between the two is that Boston as an organization had already had the truth, right? Mm-hmm. They already had him.
Yep.
They traded to get Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen, right?
Yeah.
So that's the difference. The organization, the difference. Everybody always talks about how
those players didn't orchestrate it.
Right. Everybody talks about how Michael Jordan had all kinds of great players around him. Yes, but Michael Jordan didn't go around recruiting people. Michael Jordan hated pretty much everybody in the NBA until after he retired, and he still hates one of them to this day.
Yeah, you could give him Scottie Pippen and 3 other dudes, and he would still
dominate,
mash you up,
dominate. So there's a difference. The Chicago Bulls, and you can see that in The Last Dance. That was orchestrated by one man and coached by one man, and then led by one man. That's how that whole organization was built. Same thing with Magic and them. That the Lakers signed, drafted, and traded for those players. Magic Johnson didn't ask to play with any of the great players. James Worthy. No, the Lakers drafted him, right? So the difference. That's the difference between all of those championship teams and the one that won in Miami. Why? Because LeBron James is the one that orchestrated. LeBron James is the one that orchestrated the team that he has right now in LA. Nobody wants to say that. I think the Lakers said that by not offering him an extension, and that's why he had to pick up his player option.
Right. Yeah, for sure. That whole thing is falling apart over there. But
he's forcing them to trade him. But who has that money now?
Well, I read an article that 4 teams are interested.
I see that every day, including the Nuggets. But the Nuggets the Nuggets would have to empty half of their. The Nuggets would have to pull a Knicks.
The fake meme one that I saw was LeBron and Bronny for Jamal Murray.
I've seen that for Jamal Murray, Jokic, and all kinds of stuff, and I'm just like, man, get out of here, man.
On.
There's no way the Denver Nuggets are going to give up their window of opportunity for somebody who's going to come in here and be a prima donna ruin the whole locker room. And everybody will always try to say he's this great teammate. Well, why does nobody want to play?
With
LeBron James.
Everyone wants to get the heck out of there.
I think people would have killed to play with Michael Jordan. They'd have given their left arm to play on that Bulls team.
Sure.
I think most would have given their left foot to play on any Lakers team that's won a championship.
But also, there was a culture back then where you hated other teams. You know what I mean? And you didn't want to go play on their team. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine Clyde Drexler or something, like, teaming up with, you know what I mean? Or, like, I don't know. It would just be weird.
Isaiah Thomas came to the Bulls, or Michael Jordan went to the Pistons.
Dominique Wilkins or something. Like weird. Like all these players who when you say those names, you know exactly what team we're talking about. You know, what I mean? Like where they were.
And they were fiercely competitive. fiercely competitive. Now, I don't mind the fact that the NBA has become very buddy-buddy and everybody's cool and there's like this brotherhood.
Sure.
I'm cool with that.
Right.
But on the court, man.
On the court, dude, you got to that stuff goes away.
Competition, bro.
Like
when I
you
play,
can text them afterwards.
When I play every Saturday, man, I done jammed up my finger and stuff. Like you come into this paint, man, I'm gonna you reach, I'm gonna teach.
Arthur will ball you up, dude.
Man, I'm telling you, like, it's a mentality thing. It's a sports thing. I'm competitive in all aspects of life, in all honesty. Like when we play Uno, that's why my daughters are like hella cutthroat.
Yeah.
And I'm like playing them and they're doing like evil stuff to me. And I'm like, dude, why are you so cruel?
Where'd you get this?
Why are you so cruel? Oh yeah, +2, draw 4. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I've got a half a deck in my hand and both of my daughters are like but they're relentless. I can't blame anybody but the guy with 2 thumbs point. I have to blame me because I'm relentless and I am very competitive, even when I don't have the skills I had when I was younger, obviously. But I'm fiercely competitive.
Sure. But if you ask me, I think gambling is going to be the worst thing out of this whole thing, rather than guys being buddy in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, I think gambling is bringing down the game worse than any of that stuff. You know what I mean?
But gambling has been around since the dawn of
it's all underground.
sports.
If it's not, but now it's like above ground and blatant and
fair.
Yeah,
fair. There's teams in LA. I mean, not in LA, but Las Vegas, which is crazy. Never thought we would see the day that not only would gambling be legal, but marijuana is legal. And alcohol remains legal.
Yeah.
Never thought I would see the day.
But did you see that video, Malik, going coast to coast with 5 seconds left because he needed to cover the spread? You see that? There was a game. It was totally pointless for him to, but he's like, hey, give me the ball. And he ran, he sprinted, bouncing the ball down.
Did he get it?
Yeah, he got it with 0.2 seconds left or whatever.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. The NBA has honestly, I don't want to come off as because I've said the players have had a little too much power. I think the pendulum was swung far too much towards the ownership in the 80s, 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. That's one thing I will give LeBron credit for, is he became a player advocate and did get these players to start holding these teams accountable. So that, kudos to him on that. Give credit where credit's due. But now the pendulum has swung just a little too far. Just a little too far. Because now the product's not worth watching. These guys know they're going to get these guaranteed money. These, if you get if you can play well enough for a certain amount of time and you get a team locked into the apron. I mean, not locked into the apron, but if you get them locked into a long-term contract is what I mean.
I think it's going to be interesting to see what teams hang on to the trio, mentality, and which teams move on and get deep benches and to. Smart
teams are going to be the ones that are able to draft well and develop quickly.
Yeah. Yep.
Those are the teams that are going to do the best. Period. Point into discussion. OKC, everybody's happy now. Yeah, luckily those contracts don't kick in for another year, 2 years, 3 years, those extensions, right? Because they're still on their rookie contracts. So they're technically not in the apron until they reach those extensions. So let's say next year they have a drop-off. They don't make it out of the first round, or they make it to the Western Conference Finals, or even the finals, and they lose. The next couple of years are going to be very, very tough because they're going to have players that want to be starters and make starter money.
Yeah.
But the smart teams are going to be the ones that are going to be able to have that capital in players and develop fast and be able to trade them away and get draft capital from teams that suck. Because those are going to be high draft picks that you are able to recycle into your team. If you're picking your pick or you have no picks, you're going to be screwed with those 3 big contracts. Do not, and this is probably going to hurt a lot of Denver Nuggets fans' feelings, But do not be surprised if the Nuggets have to move away from AG or Murray within the next 2 years. I know the ownership was talking about, or what's his name, Kroenke was saying, with injuries, they don't want to be in a situation where they'd have to trade away Jokic. I think that was more of a message to every other player around Jokic.
Yeah, it's like we're not going to mess around if you,
These injuries, these nagging injuries, you're not going to take care of yourself. You're just coming in out of shape. Like, we're not going to tolerate that anymore. We don't want to be in a position to where we would have to trade people away.
So I don't exactly get that. Can you explain to me how we would get into a position where we'd have to get rid of Jokic? Why did he even bring that up and how that works? Do you know?
I do. It's mainly because if, let's say, God forbid, I don't even want to say it out loud, but God forbid the Nuggets have season-ending injuries. They're still within, I believe actually they came down to the first apron when they traded away MPJ.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. I'd have to look, but I do believe that they came back down from the second apron down to the first apron. Which gives them a little more opportunity. Because when he said that, that's before all of these trades happen, right?
Yeah.
So what he was saying is that, like, let's say MPJ goes down for the entire season, or maybe 2 seasons, like Murray did a while ago. Murray goes down, AG goes down. All of these players go down, and they need some cap space in order to sign players and get some exceptions. And there's only one option, because who's the best available player at all times? Nikola Jokic.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So,
okay.
Yeah, they would have no choice but to trade away Nikola Jokic, because if you don't have, I mean, unless they want to sign a whole bunch of guys from the street, which I mean, I guess they could do too, but I don't think the apron system would allow them to do that, because if 2 out of the 3 max players are on the IR, they now you want me to go back. You got me wanting to go back and read the apron thing again.
I looked it up here. It says that they're operating in the second apron currently.
Well, then that MPJ trade didn't really, I mean, it helped because it did create some cap space in order to sign some veteran minimums.
So total cap allocations 192 million.
Mm-hmm.
Cap space negative 52 million. Oh, I'm so bad at big numbers. All right. First apron space negative 5 million, and second apron space 5,156,658. 685.
Okay.
Now what that means? See, Google said that they're operating in the first, but then these people say that they're
Well, the one that's in the first apron is probably right, because I'm pretty sure that MPJ trade, because I don't think AG is actually on a max extension yet.
Yep, I think you're right.
He's just on an extension. He did sign an extension, but it wasn't a max extension. And Jokic and Murray are on max extension. Now, Murray, I know definitively is on a max extension, and Jokic is too.
The first apron's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Hard capped at the first apron.
If they had kept MPJ, they would be going into this year into the second apron. That's why they traded him when they did as well.
Well, yeah, because that would be a huge gamble that we wouldn't win.
That's the gamble they've done for the last 3 years.
Yeah,
this man has been in the league, and God, everybody keeps thinking I'm like crapping on MPJ.
But this is the reasonings. These are the reasons.
7 years.
That's why he's gone.
7 years this man has been in the league. Yes, the first 2, okay, let's chop those off. 5 years into the league, and this man should be an all-star. Should be an all-star. He's not. He disappears. He disappears, and I implore anybody to make an argument for why the Denver Nuggets should have stayed in the second apron and kept MPJ.
Oh, that's not a good argument. You're not going to win that one. You're not going to win that one.
I would love to hear it.
Yeah, no.
I really would.
No.
I would love to hear it.
In the end, happy with the free agency stuff so far with the Nuggets.
Same.
Yep.
Same. I think the Nuggets did get better. So I was posing the question when you came on, and now that I have like 8 minutes left, and thank you for getting me on my soapbox there for a second.
Yeah.
Or allowing me to be on my soapbox there for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So how many W's do you think? So the Nuggets won 50 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up dropping, right, to the 4th seed.
Sure.
They honestly, if they had any depth or had utilized their depth at all last year, they probably would have had closer to 60 wins. Not over, but closer. Probably at least over 55, I would say. You get 5 more wins if you're...
they were a little better than last year about it, but they still burnt out the starters this year.
They really did.
Yeah.
They really did.
They were a little bit better, but...
The year before when they won the championship...
We were done by Minnesota.
The starters only played during the regular season on average 27 to 32 minutes, which is the sweet spot. Like, you keep them engaged, you keep their bodies engaged at that sweet spot right there, right? You don't want your starters playing 35. In this day and age, in this NBA, you really don't. You just don't. You want longevity with these stars. Back in the day, it seemed like stars were popping out of anywhere in the NBA. A lot of it was because of injury. But this day and age, it's just different, man. I kind of want to see Jokic have a long career. I don't want to see him flame out. I don't want to see Murray flame out, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, even players on other teams, I don't want to see Giannis flame out. I don't want to see any of these players, lose their career over injuries because coaches want to play them, 45, 40 minutes a game, the entirety of games. But if they could play that sweet spot of, 27 to 32 minutes a game, that means that your bench is doing well, right? You're developing your bench, and your team is actually playing quite good. Because that's exactly how the Bulls did it. That's exactly how Detroit Pistons did it back in the day. That's exactly how most teams are going to be able to do it right now. That's how OKC just did it, right? Detroit's done it several times with team mentality, team defense, passing the ball. Everybody touches the ball. You have a point, whatever, point center, point guard, point forward, but everybody touches the ball on offense. Everybody eats. That's how that's how you win in basketball.
Yeah.
Period. Everybody's got to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the top, at least 8 in the NBA, got to eat during the regular season and on through the playoffs. You got to eat. You got to allow them to play ball. And you even got to get that, during the season when you're blowing other teams out, if you're doing your job right, you should be blowing other teams out, and then you can allow your 9 through 15 to get out there and eat, right? And develop a little bit, put some film out there so you can trade them, create some equity within that player.
Yep.
Are you actually talking to yourself, or are you talking to Vinny?
No, there's a...
Oh, I see Matt Diaz.
Yeah, Matt popped in for a little bit, and then Giannis Sky 13 asked what happened with Valanciunas.
Valanciunas. Well, to... What up, Mr. Diaz?
Yeah, dude.
I got to get you on, brother. I got to
we
get
got the
you
team
on,
back
man.
together.
Especially when
We can have you call in.
yeah, we got to have you call in, brother, so we can get your input on the Denver Broncos. I know you're excited for this upcoming year, and I'm gonna get into the Broncos within the next couple of weeks. I know training camp is within the next 3 days. 3 days.
Oh, really?
Give or take.
Wow, I didn't even realize that.
Let me see.
But Diaz is also our correspondent in Texas, in the Houston area. So
That's right.
So yeah, he can give us the down low on the Texas sports as well.
Oh yeah, actually, I think training camp has already started.
Oh boy, how fun! Maybe we'll pop down there. We'll make a little video and put it up here.
Yeah, man. Say less. Say less. But let me just double check while I got 4 minutes here. Let me double check though. I want to make sure we're giving the right info here.
Hey, why don't you look it up?
Everybody, pretty much it's Thursday. No. Oh, actually, Baltimore and Buffalo, it's 7:15. So 2 days from now, 2 days, is the earliest that these teams are meeting up. The Denver Broncos are starting in 3 days, so 7/16. So on Thursday in Inglewood, Colorado, and I live around the corner from there. So they're not allowing fans or even, I believe, press to come in because they have a lot of construction going on there. The Waltons are building a whole new training facility, and it looks magnificent already.
Like they're putting a shade over the practice field and all that stuff. Like, that's
so
crazy.
when the fans are there, they're actually shaded and not sitting in the sun.
Yeah, dude, it's been every time I go there, it's just blistering hot sun.
The sun
for
is
3
literally
hours
sitting
or
on your
whatever.
neck, just like.
Yeah, and there's like no escape. There's like
everybody's smelling like bacon.
Yeah, you can go.
It's disgusting, but awesome at the same time.
Take pictures with the cheerleaders so you can get cooled off a little bit because they're under shade.
Right, to get cooled off.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Giannis Sky 13 asks, do you see other possible trades to complete the roster for the Denver Nuggets?
Well, let me see. We've got 2 minutes. Please answer to me how the roster is not complete now. With the exception of Valanciunas, and even if you take him out, they still have DaRon Holmes that can play the 5, and Najee. They still have Najee.
Well, I mean, he's still here.
I mean, you put DaRon Holmes at the 5, you put Najee at the 4,
right? If you
and they can interchange.
Yeah, right.
How is it not complete? You have your starting 5, right?
Yep.
And now you have veteran starting backups in Tim Hardaway Jr., Brucey B., and Valanciunas that can bolster. So you don't even have to have. You can still fill in your 2 spots with either Peyton Watson or Strother or
Spence. That's my new guy.
Yeah, he's gonna be on Jones for like a good minute.
Spencer Jones.
He's gonna be on there.
Spencer Jones.
So that's the real question. But to answer your question, I don't think there is the anything else the Denver Nuggets can do without going back into the second apron. Trading for another star of any kind will throw them right back into the same situation that they were in
with MPJ. And
to trade for stupidly something like LeBron James and Bronny. And I'm not saying that because I don't like LeBron James. I like LeBron James. I don't really know. You know, his son hasn't done anything.
He's just not going to fit in here in the way that we play basketball, dude.
They would have to give up the kitchen cupboard, like the New York Knicks did for Carmelo Anthony. And thank you for that. I mean, thank you, Carmelo Anthony, for forcing your way out because that did give us
Ray Felton,
both Jokic and Murray in a roundabout way.
Right,
so they kind of handed us.
Those were the picks.
They handed us a championship. So thank you, New York Knicks, and Carmelo Anthony for forcing your way out. So that's the only kudos he's going to get from me. And with and with that said, really quick, I know we're out of time, but. Next week, my good friend Mark Perez here and another good friend, Michael Wharton, also known as Illy, also known as Illy DeVoe, also known as Illmatic, no, I'm just kidding. Anyway,
nice. He
will be filling in. Very knowledgeable sports fiend, okay? All of us have kind of grown up around all of this in this city. We have these conversations every day. I believe it or not, I do. I love when I say I'm a sports fiend. I'm a sports fiend. I literally have these conversations every day. This guy and I text and Lucas. Shout out to Lucas Tapernow. We literally. Did I say his name right?
Tapernow.
Tapernow. Okay. I was like, damn it, did I just say his name wrong?
No,
anyway,
right.
Shout out to him because we literally do have these conversations like every day. There's at least 6, 7, 8, 9. Sometimes I be getting in trouble at work.
Yeah, because we be sending breaking news.
Because we are constantly sending texts when they signed Tim Hardaway and traded for Cam Johnson. First 2 people I texted, this guy and Lucas.
Yep.
So, anyway, him and Mike.
We're gonna try and run the show next week.
Yeah, they're gonna run this for me. I'm gonna be out of town, doing my thug thizzle. But I will be back the following week. And then we will be missing a week because Mr. Vinny is going on vacation.
Nice.
And, unless Mark is going to run the 1s and 2s, we'll probably be missing that week as well. But if not, if Mark is running the 1s and 2s, we'll see you that week. But I just want to give you all a heads up. But again, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube, and we will see y'all, or he will see y'all next week. Holla at your boys. Peace.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yes, sir. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Eyes feel like they're gonna blade. Did it, did it, did it.
Yeah.